Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps the channel out from a YouTube algorithm point of view. And thank you very much to all the new subscribers. And today we're going to be installing these new grips over here. These are the grips from ESI. Other companies also make them, but I think these are the best guys. They've been around for a long time. I think they were probably the original ones. I'm under correction there. I've got the black ones. I'm installing it on the camber behind me here. It's black, so stick with the black, I guess. So let's do this thing. So if we just have a look at the existing grips over here, they're a little bit worn away, lasted pretty long. Just can't remember if these are the chunky or extra chunky, as I bought just the chunky ones. The extra chunky are just a little bit fatter over there, so if your hands are a bit bigger, it helps with that. But I think these are the chunky, so I'm going to replace like for like. And the first thing I'm going to do is remove these grips. So the way I'm going to remove the grips is not recommended by the actual manufacturer. They suggest just using a compressor and blowing them off, but I'm going to use a standing knife and a feeler gauge and just basically cut them off. I mean, the grips are past use. It's not like I'm going to take them off, save them and use them again. They're going to be thrown away. So let's cut the grips off. The first thing I'm going to do is remove my bar ends, which are the Samurai puncture repair units. These things are absolutely brilliant, and I'll leave a link above where I reviewed them. Absolutely love this product. So I take them out first, set them aside on the tool holder here, and then I'm going to just insert one of these feeler gauges. Not really necessary, but I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to push that in there. These are aluminium bars, they're not carbon bars, but this would obviously help a lot with a carbon bar. And then I'm just going to cut along there like that, start the cut, and then it's basically just going to peel off like that. I wasn't going to show the other side, but I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other side as it's there we go, take that one out. As you can see, I've actually used this one this last weekend to fix a puncture. I must actually just put another little rubber strip on there. Do exactly the same. Like I say, I wasn't going to show this method, but I think it's quite satisfying to watch the cutting off of it. So we just start a little cut like that, pull that out. Sorry about bumping the camera there, and then just peel it off like that. Bang, done. So this method I'm about to show you is not my method, it's actually the method recommended by the manufacturer. I actually have another method which I use with a compressor, and I blow air and I push it on like that. And maybe you can let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to show you how to do that method as well. It's quite easy to do. Well, it's not as easy supposedly as this method, because I don't really use this method. But I do like the other method, because you're obviously not putting chemicals and things on your bars. But this is the way the manufacturer recommends it, so let's see how easy it is to actually do it. So to do it, they have, I think it's 70% alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, I think they call it. Well, I can't get that in this country, so I've got 91% alcohol, almost 100%. Let's see if it does the same thing. You can also use something like window lean or a similar product. You only want something that's got a high alcohol content, so it evaporates pretty quickly. You don't want something that's got soap in it, because obviously if you're riding on the trails and the grips get wet again, it may loosen up the grips and your grips may come off, and you obviously don't want that situation. So let's get the grips and let's start the installation process. So then the manufacturer says you must take the bar ends and cut them into a triangle, but I see the latest ones already come out. They're already cut into a triangle, and I want you to insert this first. I'm going to insert this, although it's going to be taken out later to install the Samurai system again, but I think it's going to help with the actual alcohol and that to spread it along the bars and not go into the actual bars themselves, because obviously you don't want that to happen. So let's just install these quickly. So to install the bar ends, you just take them, push them in. And in my case, you don't need a mallet or anything, it just goes in pretty easily. Now for the next step, we're going to take the bike off the bike stand, put it on the ground so that we can actually push against it when we're installing the grips. Okay, now that the bike's on the ground, I'm going to just take the alcohol, I'm going to wipe down the bars to make sure everything's clean before actually doing the installation process. So I'm just going to take a bit of the alcohol, put it on a rag, and then wipe down both ends of the bar. And it's probably not visible at the moment, but the alcohol obviously evaporates very quickly, so it's doing exactly what it should do. Now I just remove the grips from the packaging, which is quite easy. Just push them out like that. And as you can see, it's just 2 pieces of cardboard that I pushed into the grip. You have the grip over here. There's no real right side, wrong side. There is a slight shape to the grip. I don't know if you can really see that, it's slightly oval, but that can be adjusted once the bars are actually on. So now for this next stage, it's going to be a little bit tricky to actually film this, but you take your finger, you push it in the end of the grip over there to make basically a sealed container. You pour your alcohol inside it. Okay, now we take the grip that's got the alcohol in it already. Take a bit of it, you just pour it over the actual bars themselves like that, quite a generous amount. Then you take the grip, you push it over the bar. I think that's the hardest part of it. And then you just push it on like that. You get a hopefully a better angle like that. It actually goes on very easily. Now you have the opportunity before the alcohol dries just to make sure the grip is in the correct position. And it's as easy as that. So guys, that's it. It's definitely quite an easy thing to actually do. I think it's the easiest thing I've done on a bicycle for a long time as far as maintenance is concerned. The grips just basically slide on, very little pressure needs to actually be applied. I actually don't know why I've been using the compressor method for so long. I'll definitely be using this method going forward, but like I say, if you'd like me to show you the other way of doing it, I can quite easily do it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.